You look very relaxed, Elvis. Shall we do another tag? Shall we? Yeah. Okay. He's a good boy, aren't you? Yes. Hello everyone, and welcome to this latest episode of Book Time with Elvis, with me, Mark, and of course with Elvis as well, as you can see behind me. Yes, so I'm coming with you today with another tag video. This is the Moody Reader book tag, and I was tagged by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading. So we'll jump right in and do the tag, shall we? Okay, prompt. Oh, always forget this, and I shouldn't. It's very important for me to say, of course, that the original tag was created by Brittany at Slanted Spines, and the link for her channel will be below. So, prompt number 1, do you consider yourself a mood reader? Yes, absolutely I do. My reading is highly impacted by my mood, and that makes it actually quite challenging. It's one of the challenging things I found since being on BookTube is when I commit myself to different themes or reading events or something like that, then I'm committed and I've told everybody I'm going to do it, and then if I don't do it, I feel very bad about it because, I might say I'm going to read, 5 books for Women's History Month, and after book 3 I'm like, oh, actually, no, I wish I could kind of read a novel, or some criminal mystery book or something like that. So yes, I'm very much a mood reader, and it does have an impact, especially I'm reading these 2 excellent books at the moment, but for example, at the weekend I wasn't in the mood and I got distracted by something else, so I started reading instead, and now I've gone back to it. So it's quite a handicap, actually, I think, being a slave to your moods when it comes to your choice of reading and how you read. Number 2, do you set TBR lists and do you stick to them? I have only a massive TBR list, well, fairly massive, on my Goodreads, but I don't have it set to specific months, and I don't really follow it. I end up, finding new things all the time. So it's like sometimes a situation of, 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, where I think, oh yeah, I've read that one, but then another 3 or 5 other books are added to it. Do books affect you emotionally, and does the mood of a book rub off on you? Yeah, I suppose they can do. It does, of course, very much depend on the type of book. I wouldn't say it affects me in the long term. Maybe I might, sit for a while and think about something after I've read it, for the rest of the evening or something like that. But it doesn't generally haunt me or rub off on me to the point where I'm still thinking about it, a week or 2 later. Number 4, when you're feeling sad, what do you read? Or do you not read when sad? Well, it depends, obviously, how sad I am and what the reason for being sad. I do find that books can alleviate, depression and things like that, obviously depending on the type of book. If I feel really sad, I like to pick up something a bit funny, and for this I tend to go for someone like P.G. Wodehouse or Alexander McCall Smith, or those kind of things, for example. Number 5, most often do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? I would say it's the first 2, mostly for me. I use reading as a means of escape, especially because I do enjoy traveling, but don't have the opportunities to travel much these days. Of course, like most people, because of COVID, but also because, I spent a lot of time moving around, I suppose, and I just tend not to go that many places these days anyway, regardless of the pandemic. But I still like to use books as a means of real escapism, following some travel writers around, and also to learn. I find myself teaching at the moment different subjects to what I'd normally be used to. I teach English conversation primarily at a elementary school / middle school here in the Czech Republic, but I find I'm also now teaching other subjects in English, subjects like art or biology, which I wouldn't have a natural ability to teach in. I find myself, of course, having to read to learn more information about, the artists art styles or different areas of biology, but I find that really fascinating. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? I've said it a million times, I've said it again, 3 Men in a Boat, Jerome K. Jerome, love it. Makes me laugh out loud even after rereading it, and as I said before, the books that lift me up when I'm feeling sad, P.G. Wodehouse or Alexander McCall Smith, these books make me laugh as well generally, and I mean laugh out loud as well. What is a book that has made you cry, or if you don't cry, one that really moved you? There's probably been a few. One that sticks out in my mind would be Birdsong by Sebastian Faulks. I read it maybe 20 years ago. I've mentioned it on one of my videos before, but it's certainly one that moved me. Yes, there have been others as well, but nothing springs to mind immediately. Okay, number 8. What is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about it? That's a difficult one, that actually, I have to say. I generally am able to form an opinion of a book, so I can't really say there's one that particularly left me mystified. I'll probably think of it later, but it certainly doesn't spring to mind. The only one that I really wasn't so enamored with, I suppose, that left a kind of strange feeling with me that I wasn't sure how to feel, even though I err or move or weigh heavily in on the side of actually dislike, I suppose, would be Norwegian Wood by Murakami. Okay, number 9. Are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? I'll read every day. Doesn't matter to me if it's sunny or cloudy. I suppose cloudy days I might be more tempted to be indoors, and therefore I might read more, but I will certainly read on a sunny day as well. I like to sit outside when the cafes are open, for example, in town here. I like to sit out on our lovely square reading and drinking coffee or eating ice cream, something like that. So the weather doesn't really play a part for me in whether I read or not. Okay, number 10. Do you usually set the mood when you read? Music, lights, smells, etc. Well, Elvis certainly supplies the smells from time to time. Lights, not that bothered. I usually read, if I'm reading in bed, I'm reading on the Kindle. I don't really need the lights on. Music I do quite enjoy having on. Usually classical music, opera I'm a huge fan of, so I will have that on. Not very loud though, but I do find I need to have some kind of noise to help me concentrate. It's the same with actually helping me sleep. If it's too quiet, if there's silence, I find that my own thoughts or the noise of the blood in my body or heart pumping or whatever kind of distracts me, and I end up thinking about all sorts of things and can't concentrate. But if there's some noise, it's not actually a distraction for me, it's a comfort. Apparently my mother said I was the same even when I was a baby, that I would sleep better, for example, with the Hoover on or the vacuum cleaner than having nothing on. So yeah, it's strange, I suppose, but I do need some level of noise. I find it very difficult to sleep or even read or concentrate on anything if there's absolute silence. Number 11. Can you leap from book to book, or do you need a buffer time between them? Depends on the book. If I've got a series and the previous one has ended on a cliffhanger, then completely I will move straight on to the next book. If the book was hard going, I'll take a break. Though I would say quite often I do have a kind of rule that I do bend from time to time, that I won't read more than 2 or 3 books in a series back to back. I like to take a break. I like to extend the enjoyment of the series as long as possible. So for example, I read all the books in the Shard Lake series except in the last one. And because it's the last one, I kind of have really put it off because I don't want to finish it because it's such a great series. So I'll probably get to it in the summer, but I have put it off for a while because the books are fantastic, and that's why I don't want to end up finishing the series. While I haven't finished it, there's still all sorts of interesting surprises and things in store for me. So it comes now to tagging people. Let's see, it's difficult. I don't know who's done it or not. I will go with AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, I suppose. maybe Bill Rutenberg at the Rutenberg Library, and let me see, maybe also Misa at Books and Sushi. So those are the 3 I've tagged. Thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope it was entertaining for you, at least in some part, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Take care of yourselves. All the best. Bye, BookTube. Bye-bye.